Hey guys, I wanted to do a part 2 of the commitment ceremony because there's a couple of people I still wanted to talk about. Now I want to start with Timothy and Lucinda.
I'm so pissed off, I wrote stay.
Now there was a few things that really upset me when I saw them on the couch, and it might not be what you think. So they're on the couch, Timothy's happy, they've had a good couple of days, they've been going out, they've been seeing things, and Lucinda agrees, right? And of course they still have the issue of intimacy not happening, but they both say stay. Then at this point, after they've already said stay, so they could leave the couch and everything will be okay, Alessandra decides to speak up and say, oh, you know what? I don't know why you want to stay for. Why do you want to stay? You don't want to be intimate. Why do you want to stay? And then that makes Lucinda peek up and go, oh yeah, you're right. You know what? Haha. But then that makes Timothy think, oh, he's been thrown under the bus.
Why are you throwing me under the bus? You're actually throwing me under the bus?
Right? And then everyone else starts talking in. You got Jaden speaking in, saying, oh, giving his 2 cents, which, by the way, he never spoke up for any of the other couples that weren't being intimate. So I don't know why he had to speak up at that point. And then you have John saying, oh, you know what, if you guys aren't intimate by next week, you guys should really leave.
Frankly, I'd prefer you to leave.
What the hell are these experts doing? You have Timothy and Lucinda, who are a great pair. They're struggling in one department, but they're great otherwise. You should be encouraging that. You should be, helping them. That's your whole purpose of being here. Why is it that it took Lucinda's dad to help them and not the experts? It really pissed me off when I saw that, and I didn't get a chance to speak about it, but I wanted to talk about it now because it actually pisses me off. What is the point of these experts if all they're going to do is hinder the couples?
I'm actually questioning why I wrote stay.
At the end of it, Timothy wanted to leave, and he had already written stay. He was already happy to stay, but because of that whole drama, because of Alessandra and John speaking up and saying, hey, you guys really shouldn't even be here. What is the point of yous then? You guys are supposed to be encouraging them. You're supposed to be there helping them progress in their relationship, not saying, hey, what the hell are you doing here? So that just pissed me off, because I really want Timothy and Lucinda to work. I really do. I love these two. So, I wasn't happy with that. And Timothy was angry at Lucinda at the end of the day because she didn't have his back, which is fair enough. But really, the people that the cause of all this, the issue, to me, I feel, was the experts. If they didn't decide to put their little 2 cents in that they shouldn't have done, then they wouldn't have had it as big of an issue as what they've had. We already know they have an issue with intimacy, yes, but why put fuel to the fire? You know what I mean? So anyway, I wanted to say that because that really pissed me off.
I have right to leave.
Now I want to talk about Cassandra and Tristan, and my heart really broke when I saw these two. Cassandra, her crying on the couch like that, it was just, I don't really get too emotional, but I was just like, oh, you poor thing. Like, I felt so bad for her because I can see she's really trying, and she was so heartbroken when Tristan said leave,
Well, it's just, he has every right to feel that way, and if it's meant to be like that, then that's fine.
Now, I really like Tristan. I think he's a great guy, and I really want him and Cassandra to work. Unfortunately, this is becoming a pattern now where he's getting into these big funks and he's not valuing himself and he's not believing that Cassandra likes him. And from what I can see, at least on the screen, that she is trying to put as much effort as she can to validate his feelings.
I love so much about you. I think he's amazing.
But he just doesn't see it unless somebody else, like an outside person, kind of pulls him out of the funk. He can't seem to do that himself, and I can see this is going to sabotage not only his relationship with Cassandra, but any other relationship he has in the future. If he keeps having these, self-doubts constantly, he's really got to try and love himself. And that's not an easy phrase for me to say because I don't really self-love either. I'm quite negative as well. But even just self-like parts of yourself, just try and find something about yourself that you can like. Because if you keep putting these negative emotions out, other people are going to feel it, and then you will get what you're expecting. You will get that negativity in return. And it's not because of you as a person, it's because you're putting out the negativity. I really hope Tristan can work through these issues because I'd love to see him and Cassandra work it out. I really would. And hopefully it's not too late to do that,
The way Richie talked about us and the words he used, I think that really sort of affected me emotionally.
Lastly, I wanted to talk about Andrea and Richard, and I really love these two, but it was upsetting to see Andrea. She wasn't her bubbly self, she was upset because the week before Richard was talking about their intimate details And that made her very uncomfortable and disrespected, the way he said it. Now, when I saw that episode, I never talked about it because they kind of glossed over it and everyone was laughing, and she was laughing in it as well, but obviously, you know, inside she was quite uncomfortable, you know. And me personally, when I did see that, I'm like, oh wow, he said that. Like, I had a bit of like, oh, okay. But I didn't make a big deal of it because she was laughing, and I thought, okay, maybe it's okay, I don't know. Because me personally, if a guy said that, you know, we did this, this, and this, in those sorts of graphic details, I would be absolutely mortified. Like, I'd be exactly like Andrea. I'd feel like trust was broken there, like massive trust. Like, to me, things like that shouldn't be talked about, especially on national TV. Like, that would be like 10 times worse than if he just said it in a group setting. You know, for him to say it on national TV, the way he said it, yeah, that made me cringe. Honestly, it did. And then, you know, she comes out and she's saying, you know, it really did break her trust and now her walls are up.
I don't know how to push past that barrier that I seem to have put up.
Now, Richard, he did apologise and he said, you know, it was a mistake, he shouldn't have done it. And I really hope they can work through this. But honestly, it's going to probably take a lot for Richard to break down these walls now. Because I know if it was me, I probably would have walked away because I would have been absolutely mortified for someone to talk like this. I really would have. Especially, like, you don't want someone to treat you like you're trash, you know. You're supposed to be his wife, you know. You're not supposed to be a one-night stand. You know, there's a difference there, you know. And yeah, I can understand why she would feel like she's being disrespected, you know.
I felt disrespected.
Anyway, I really love these two and I hope they work it out. And hopefully Richard, he's more mindful in the future with how he talks about things, especially on a very intimate level. You know, just try and, you know, keep things, you know, you don't have to be quiet. You can say we've been intimate, but you don't have to get into the nitty gritty of it, you know. Just be mindful, just show a little bit more, you know, a respectful mannerism would be good, you know.
Hey guys, I have to agree with Marzi on this 100%. If a guy spoke about me this way on national television or in a group setting, I would be out of there. I find this so disrespectful. I feel so sorry for Andrea and I don't understand why Richard can't understand why Andrea is upset. I'd be out of there, Richard. I truly would be. What if a guy spoke about your daughter this way? How would you feel? Or is it no big deal to you? Absolutely no big deal. To me, if someone spoke to me this way or my daughter this way, and I don't have a daughter, but if I did, I'd be telling her, get out of there.
I think that really sort of affected me.
Now, everyone's saying that you got overly excited. You're a motivational speaker, so you're in the public eye a lot. This isn't something that you just got overly excited about. This is the way that you speak. And I don't like it. I'm not here for it. And I know that if one of the younger guys spoke this way, it'd be made out to be such a big deal. The fact that your age, you know, and everyone's rooting for you, they are. Everyone's rooting for you and Andrea to be the big couple that come out of this as successful. So I understand why everything's been downplayed. But I feel so sorry for Andrea. I have Andrea's back 100%. I think she's absolutely beautiful. And I think that she deserves way more than the way that you have spoken about her. And I'm not being disrespectful to you, Richard. I really am not, because I find you a lovely guy. I find that you're a kind guy and that you're so loving and giving and all that jazz. But to me, I draw the line somewhere, and it's here.
The way Richie talked about us.
And I find it absolutely absurd that you don't see why Andrea's upset. You're not seeing it. You're like, what's the big deal? To me, it shows that you speak like this all the time about people. I don't like it. I'm not here for it, and I find it disrespectful that you're showing your daughter how you speak about women on TV. That's actually so disrespectful towards your daughter as well. You know, yeah, I got no more to say about it. I'm just really, really shocked that no one's made a bigger deal of this, because I find it so disrespectful and I would have walked. Any guy who speaks to me this way or speaks to Marzi this way, if a guy speaks to Marzi this way, I'm going to tell her to leave that drongo. Leave that drongo and have nothing to do with him, because my cousin Marzi deserves way more than someone speaking to her this way.
Thanks, Jodie Lee. I do agree with what you said, but I still love Richard. I think he's a great guy overall, and I really hope they work it out.
Like, he's a good man, and you are.
Anyway, those are the couples I didn't get a chance to talk about the other day, so hopefully you don't mind that they're a little late. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next video.